Hey, yo, what's decent? Yo, I got a crazy Wi-Fi battle, which is something that I in particular haven't set in a long period of time. It's about time. I brought a Wi-Fi battle for you guys. Now, it looks like my opposition is going to lead up with his boy Landers. I'm going to lead up respectively with my boy Zapdos. And he's going to switch out into his Heatran, suspecting me to have Hidden Power Ice, which is, I guess, one of the more prominent sets back in 4th Gen. I remember running Choice Scarf Zapdos for a long period of time. I think it was Heat Wave, Thunderbolt, U-Turn, and HP Ice. So now he's going to go for the HP Power, and I'm going to switch out to my boy Hariyama because after I've seen the HP Power, I'm suspecting that it's either a Choice Scarf and or a Choice Specs variant. So I'm going to switch out to my boy Landorus. I'm sorry, my boy Rapidash on his Landorus switching, which is like, you know, something, a risky play, because let's just say that he stayed in an extra turn and went for the HP Power. Would have taken some super effective damage for no reason at all. So now he's going to go for the knockoff, predicting me to kind of switch out and save my Rapidash for a little bit later on, but not just yet, and switch out into my boy Gengar. I don't do that turn that he predicted me to do, so I do that the following turn after scoring the burn on the Landorus. So that is great right there. I decide to stay in and go for another Shadow Ball, as I'm able to put this at a 2-hit KO range from Gengar's Shadow Ball. Now I'll go for the substitute because I noticed that he has Gengar, I'm sorry, not Gengar, he has Bisharp, which can be a potential threat onto the Gengar. Gengar's especially not carrying Focus Blast, and I go for the substitute, predicting him to switch out to save his Landorus for a little bit later on. His Landorus, I'm still suspecting, still may have Stealth Rock, so he hasn't laid up any entry hazards yet. So now after his Landorus bites the dust, which is a huge big deal to me, he's going to bring in his boy Bisharp, and then afterwards go for the knockoff, knocking down my Gengar. Now, as opposed to me going for the Destiny Bond, I wanted to get off a burn on that thing, risk it, just in case he happened to be like a substitute variant, because I don't want to have to deal with a substitute and then Swords Dance and then play mind games as to see whether I'm going to want to attack or not, and then afterwards maybe end up losing the mind game and I have to deal with a Bisharp that's behind the substitute with stat boost. That is just catastrophic, you know? So now I'm just going to go out and use Flare Blitz after inflicting the Wild Charge onto the Charizard Y, and that's going to be great. I'm going to be able to knock that clown out of there. So now he's going to bring in Dragonite. I do have the Will-O-Wisp, so I'm going to cripple that thing as long as it doesn't have the Lumber. He switches out right into his boy Heatran, which is a great play, goading me to use the Will-O-Wisp, and then afterwards showing me that he's a Choice Scarf variant, hence him going for the Earth Power. And I could have just went for, I wish he was a Choice Scarf variant. I'm sorry, I wish he was a Choice Specs variant, man, because I would have went for the Drill One and destroyed that thing, man. Who the hell uses Rapidash in OU anyway? So now I'm gonna bring in my boy Zapdos, go for the Volt Switch, and then switch out to my boy Tyranitar. Now that since his Bisharp is crippled, I feel free that I can go for a DD, and especially since his Landorus is out of the way, I can destroy a lot of pokes on his team. Hence, if this DD goes through, you know, so maybe he has Brick Break, Iron Head. Iron Head's not gonna cut the deal, but at the same time, it is gonna get a secondary effect which prevents me from setting up the DD like I wanted to. So I'm looking at my Tyranitar like, son, really? How are you afraid of a threat that's already burned? Like, get out of here, man. Y'all gotta replace you, man. Some of my pokes, man, I gotta release, man. You're not really doing the job. You're not cutting it out for me. So now Heatran comes into play, goes for the Flash Cannon, not very effective against my boy Zapdos. I'm thinking about going for the Roost and or the Volt Switch. I'm thinking to keep Volt Switch for the momentum because I'm thinking that he's gonna want to switch out his Heatran for a little bit later on. So now in comes his Latias. Latias comes in. Zapdos is out of there, man. I'm gonna switch out to my boy Tyranitar and do what I wanted to do before. Tyranitar hopefully is not afraid of a Latios. Like, come on, man. This thing had its own movie, cute as hell, man. Cried because his brother Latias just bit the dust. Look how cute that thing is. Can even destroy you with one hit, man. So I'm gonna go for the Dragon Dance and get a +1/+1 going on here, and I can just easily destroy this clown right off the bat, especially since I have the Dragon Claw. I don't even know why. Why the hell do I have Dragon Claw on this thing? Wow. This one Kashif said that I have no idea of why I did that. I guess I have some sort of significance if I remember a little bit later on. He goes for the Fire Blast, predicting me to switch out to my boy Zapdos. That's not the case. I'm just gonna retaliate back with the Earthquake and knock that clown out. Critical hit didn't even matter at all. In comes the Dragonite. I'm +1, so if you want any inflicting damage onto me, you better go for the Extreme Speed, which he does do. I was gonna go for the Crunch. I'm supposed to go for the Dragon Claw because I have my suspicion that it is a weakness policy set. So I'm gonna go for the knockoff right now. I'm supposed to go for the Ice Punch, and I knock off the weakness policy. What do you know about that? And then afterwards, he's gonna go for the Dragon Head, set up a +1, but it's a little bit too late for that because I have the Ice Punch. I'm able to knock you out and claim good game. So I definitely did have a lot of fun. That was fun, guys. Definitely Oh my god. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like. And if you guys want to see more in the future, please drop a sub. It's very helpful. I really appreciate all of you guys. I almost forgot those damn lines. And I will see you guys in the future. Peace. What you doing?